Hi everyone, welcome to day two. Please confirm if you can hear me. Just comment it on drop your comments. And I'm so excited that we are here again. Hi Daniel, good evening. Good evening. Good to have you here. How was your day? Hope you had a wonderful day. I know you're excited to part of class. Hi, Wisdom. Hi, Kisley. Hi, everyone. Good to have you guys here. It's day two. I'm so excited. Stephanie, how are you doing? Danny said the day was great. Yes, I'm excited. Yeah, we're all excited. Wisdom, good evening. Kisley, good evening. Uh, Good to have you guys here. Good evening, Lillian. Okay, so we are just trooping in. So today is going to be fun. Today is going to be it's going to be a long day, like really a long day. We have a lot that we are going to learn today. A lot. Praise, good to see you. So you see, I'm beginning to map everybody's name. I'm beginning to know everybody's name. So Flora, yeah, I saw you yesterday. Good to see you, Flora. So let me just take the next 1 minute to welcome Deborah, you're welcome. Good evening, Judith, you're welcome. The ladies are going hard in this class. That's fine. Good evening. So you guys are welcome. So let's start. First of all, I want to say good evening, Suzanne. Good evening, Manuel. Good evening. You guys are doing great. About good evening, Christina. Good evening. Yeah, just greeting everyone. So first of all, I want to say well done, guys. I love the way we followed up with the social media handles. It was quite impressive that you guys took my word, asking you guys that say you have to follow the community. It's part of one of the ways that what we are doing. Okay, it's doing great. But I also want to say this. I know we did a registered training for this, but I think it's also best if you feel like you want to share the link to this YouTube live to your friends. Maybe they didn't get to register, but also some places might just need the knowledge. So I think it's fine if you just share the link. I think we can all do that. Just copy the link to the live streaming. I'm going to also do that on my own platform. So just copy the link and just share with your friends. Everyone that you know, share with them. Tell them to come and be part of the class. They should enjoy the class. They should add a text key to them. Good evening, peace. Good evening to you, Jennifer. Good evening. This is exciting. And then I'm going to be okay. So the two. This is exciting. So just in case you hear that, so I'm sharing two. Okay. Okay. I guess we've done that also. Everyone has done that, right? Let me get confirmation that we have done that. Okay, this is day 2 of 30 days with Python. Fantastic. So let's run. We have a lot to cover today. Let's run. So we are going to be beginning with we're going to start with let me move my screen. Let me see. Tell me if you can see my screen. Great. So we're going to start with Introduction to Python Programming Language. And this is John, good evening, is a comprehensive slide. So I want everybody to pay attention to this slide if you can focus more of your time to this slide, I tell you the truth is that you're going to learn a lot, a whole lot. You're going to learn a lot. All right. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Okay. I know you guys can see my screen. Awesome. So let's go ahead. So I'll go to my next slide where I want to talk about. So what is Python? What is Python? A lot of persons we've heard the word Python, Python, Python. So what actually is Python? It's a snake, like I was saying it the other day. Yeah, I think that was yesterday. I was asking guys, we hear the word Python. Is he a snake? All right. Is he something that you think is a snake? Some people think Python is a snake. That's the only thing we can map to it. Well, anyways, what we're talking about is that Python, in this case, is a powerful, high-level, and interpreted programming language that emphasizes readability and easy to use. Python is easy to use, and it was created by Guido van Rossum and first released in 1991. Python was released in 1991. So Python syntax is simple, easy to learn, so it's making it, because it's simple and easy to learn, so it's making it an excellent choice for both programmers and experienced developers to use. So what are the key features of Python? So Python is easy, like I said, easy to read, write, due to its English-like syntax. So Python has an English-like syntax. It is open source and maintains a large community of developers. Let me explain what that means. It's open source simply means that building Python is not restricted to a specific group of persons. You too learning Python can develop something, can build a module or a package, and we can send it to the community. The community will look at it. If it's solving a problem that needs to be solved, they can integrate it into the next version of Python, so the people can now use your package and use it to solve a lot of stuff. So when we start writing code, you see us using some package, some functions, and all of that. Those things were built by people in the community. So because Python has a large number of community, it's always increasing. Do you understand? It's always increasing, and the maintenance is large. All right. So it runs on multiple platforms. So Python is not restricted to say, hey, I'm using Windows. Can I use Python? It's Python only for Windows or for Mac OS or Linux operating system. Python can run on all platforms, whether you're using Windows, Mac, or wherever. Python can run on all of them. It comes with a vast collection of libraries and frameworks with various tasks such as web development, data science, and automation. So we're going to talk more about all of this, how Python is can be used for a lot of, it has a lot of applications and can be used in a lot of different career fields in tech. Python has a strong community, like we said, with extensive documentation and support for it. Towards the end of this class, we're going to check, or I'm going to give an assignment. I'm going to give an assignment towards the end of the class. So some of you are going to do a lot of personal search and researching. And that will be our first, just in between assignment. So I'll go to my next slide. Let's look at brief history of Python. So like I said, the first version of Python was released, in 1991, for basic features. And then it evolved in 2000, Python 2.0 introduced a new functionality such as list comprehension and garbage collection. 2008, Python 3.0 was released with improved syntax, making the language more efficient and future-proof. So presently, we know Python continues to evolve with regular updates and widely used across multiple industries, from AI to automation. I think Python goes, when you look at Python, it goes across most career. If you want to do any career in tech, and maybe that has to do with learning a programming language, in that career, I'm so certain you see Python. You see the option of using Python in that career. So, yeah. application of Python. So Python is versatile. It's a versatile language. It's used in numerous fields, like we've been saying. So let's see some examples. You use Python for web development. You can use Python for data science and machine learning. But let's talk about web development. Python has a framework. When we say framework, it's like let's just say a blueprint where you can use to build applications in this case. So we have frameworks like Django. If we have other frameworks like React and all of that, but Python has two frameworks. Django can use Django to build, backend of your website. Not just backend of your website. Django gives you the ability to construct to build the front end and the back end. All right, it's a very very good framework. And then you use Flask. I use Flask a lot. I also use Django too, but sometimes I use Flask a lot especially when I want to build APIs, quick APIs to send endpoints, maybe to get data from a server or push a data into a server and all of that. I just quickly use Flask to build all those endpoints and test them. So this stuff allows developers to build scalable web application. Okay, so for example, you see Instagram and Netflix, they were built on this. Okay, then data science and machine learning, why not? Why not Python? With libraries as Pandas, NumPy, Scikit-learn also. All of this, funny thing is that all of these libraries you're talking about, they have their documentation. You can research about Pandas. Pandas has its own documentation. The website is there. NumPy has its own documentation. Scikit-learn has its own documentation. And these are the things that you should, it's not just about going and learning the Python script and start hitting code and all of that. You need to learn the fundamentals, and you need to also learn the support system that you have within yourself, that you're not just learning an abstract program. You are learning something that you can easily fall back to when you have, you can fall back to those resources when you have issues. I spend a lot of time reading documentation. I tell people a lot. You save yourself a lot of good if you spend time reading documentation. And it's one thing that sometimes programmers like us, we don't like to do sometimes. We just want to look for the problem, solve it, but sometimes where you are improving in your programming skill is when you have the ability to sit down and go and revisit documentations just to see and keep yourself abreast with what is going on in the community in terms of that programming language you are learning. I hope you can still hear me and I'm making sense, right? Okay. Just drop your emojis. All right, Supre said yes, sir. Fine. So let's go ahead. Artificial intelligence rather. So you can use Python to work on artificial intelligence, PyTorch, and TensorFlow. These are used for NLP. If you want to build natural processing applications for the ability for you to be able to when you want to do computer vision, you want to build chatbots, AI solutions and all of that. I do all those things too, and it's an amazing part. It's amazing stuff we're doing. When we look at these things, you're just like, wow. You're just like, wow, this is where you started from. There was somewhere where you're like, this thing is too big, but these things are very, very easy. They just need you to commit your time and all of that to it. Okay, so automations and scripting, very, very important. So you can use Python for automations to repeat tasks such as renaming files in bulk, extracting data from web. I do this also a lot. All right, so sometimes I want to just automate a folder. I want to repeat a task over and over again, and that. So in terms of game development, I remember I've tried this one too. Python has a framework called PyGames that allows developers to create interactive 2D games. I tried this also, and it's fine. Then cybersecurity, I've not touched more on this, but I know with Python, You widely use it for ethical hacking, penetration testing, and security analysis. Okay, so I know if I want to try this, I will do more of the security analysis. Why don't our brothers who are doing ethical hacking and penetration testing? Also, on my screen, I would just ask if you can increase your resolution. But I'll see what I can do from my end. Okay. I'll see what I'll do from my end, guys. Sorry about that. I'll see what I can do from my end. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. So my next slide should be, I think I'm here. So my next slide. Great. So let's look at let's look at Python versus other programming language. Okay, so one of the stuff we want to check is where does Python come with other programming language. So Python stands out compared to other programming language due to its simplicity and efficiency. But I also want to, I left JavaScript there because I don't want to be biased. I don't say because I like Python, I will not be biased. So I left JavaScript there. Okay. So great. So let me go ahead. So we can look at it. We have simplicity. We have so we have like I think how many features are this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 features. Simplicity in terms of performance, reliability, community support, and versatility. So you can see we are comparing these features across with Python, Java, C++, and JavaScript. So in terms of simplicity, Python is easier when you compare to Java, compared to C++. But they say JavaScript is more simpler. But I think, I don't know, but I would want to say, I would like to contest that because I've done JavaScript and what I would say is Then in terms of performance, say Python is slower and Java is faster, C++ is faster, and JavaScript is faster. I think Python, because it's an high-level language, sometimes that gives it room to be slow. All right, it gives it room to be slow because it's an high-level language. Then readability. So yeah, Python is high in terms of readability because it has its English-like structure, so it's very easy to read. You can easily read it. Java, I don't think so. C++, I do C++ too. I have experience in that, but I think, but it's fine. The JavaScript, let's give JavaScript. Since JavaScript is just taking just winning. Community support. Python has a strong community support. Definitely, all programming languages should have a good community support. So Java 2, C++ has, and JavaScript has. Then the last one, versatility. Yeah, Python is very, very versatile. Sorry if in case you just want to learn C++, it's not that too versatile. But yeah, JavaScript is. So I'll go to my next slide or the next page. I don't know why. Cool. Key concepts in programming concepts, so key programming concepts. So let's look at this. Very important. So these are things that I brought this thing up because I remember I was going to introduce myself. Don't worry, I'll do that at the end of the class. So I brought this thing up because I want you guys to, now this is where it gets very, very interesting. We'll be talking about history. Those things, yeah, good, you can go and read about them, but this is where this is where we begin. These things are very important that you understand because once we begin to go into coding, we'll start coding right now. If you don't have idea about all of these things, you might feel overwhelmed. So the first concept that you want to understand is variables. You will hear this thing a lot. I'll tell you, how many variables have I created? Oh, create this variable. What type of variable is this? And all of that. So you need to understand what we mean by variable. So variables stores data that can be used and modified through a program. We'll talk about this more when we are doing our programming aspect, but I just want you to understand that when we hear the word variable, we call it a storage. It's like a storage where you impute data. You have a container where you put your stuff. Maybe anything. So just know that anywhere you store something, that is a variable, and you use it, and the content inside can change. Meaning, I can let's say take your bank account as a variable. Hmm? Your bank account is a variable where you store money. Obviously, when you store money there, it has to is either, let's say, three states. Is either increase, it reduce, or it remains the same. So the case of increasing, reducing, or remaining the same, anything can happen to it. So it means that account is open to modifications as long as you are living your day-to-day life. All right. So that is what a variable looks like. And for example, if a program needs to remember a user's age, it can store the value in a variable instead of asking the users repeatedly. So if the user age is 20, and then you can you can store that for the user, and then the user, anytime you call the person, let's say you say Gloria's age is equals to 20. So anytime you say print Gloria's age, the program knows that you are saying print 20 because that's what you stored inside. So variable makes it easy to manage and update information without rewriting code. What that means is that I can decide to say Gloria has increased in age. So there's a birthday, so I'll add +1 to it. So instead of me saying Gloria's new age is just +1, I might just say Gloria's age is equals to Gloria's age +1. All right, you see those when we start coding. Excuse me. So we also have operands and operators. So these things are very important. And funny enough is that the reason why you need to know this is now that you're starting, or maybe you're already coding, you could get into place or interviews where you are asked questions like this, and you'll just be looking and fumbling. You're like, hey, God, you can't, you might not be able to answer correctly. So this thing is very important. So operators perform operations or values. So when we say operators, we're talking about plus, minus, divide, modulus, exponential. All of these things are called operators. They are what you use to carry out operations. But when we'll talk about, let me look for how I captured my word, operands. But we'll talk about operands. Operands are also, in that case, they look like variable. They are looking like variable. For example, if I say 2 plus, if I say age plus, let me see, if I say Gloria's age plus, let me look for someone. Because Gloria is at the bottom, that's why I'm using Gloria. Let me, Precious. So, Gloria, I'm not looking at your name again. I'm not taking your name again. I don't have money to pay for you. I should pay for your name. So, Precious it's 2 and praise is 3. So if I plus precious and praise together, now that plus is the operator, precious and praise is operands. So we have logical operators that help us multiple conditions, such as checking if a person is both eligible to vote. We'll look at all of this. Gloria, I'm still going to use your name regardless. Okay, great. So let's go ahead. So another key stuff we're looking at is data type. But before I say that, let me confirm you guys can hear me. Guys, can you hear me? I hope I'm audible enough and everybody can hear me. So let me see the emojis. Yeah. Good. Awesome. So let's go. So the next thing is data type. So data type, every value in a program has a data type. Okay, every value in a program has a data type. So all numbers are integers. We'll talk about this when we start coding. All numbers are integers. While decimal numbers are float in Python. Text is stored as a string. which are series of characters. Okay, so text is stored as a string, and then we have Boolean true or false. This is how Python writes Boolean true or false. And we also use them for decision. And then we have some complex data types, such as list, dictionary, to help store multiple values together. So, for example, a list keeps order of collections. We're going to do all of this in this class. Dictionary stores information as key value pairs, like a person's name and age. So, all of this, we're going to look at that. But I just want you to know that we have what we call data type. So another one is control flow. We're going to look at this also this determine the direction of a program. Okay, so you can write a program that starts and then just go and then it ends. It starts, you just say do everything that you need to do and end. But what if I want to introduce a condition to say, hey, I want you to start, but then ask a user something. If the user says 50, for example, tell the user that the person passed. If the user says it's below 50, tell the person that the person failed. So if it's passed, this is what you're displaying. If it is failed, this is what you're displaying. That's where we come with control flow statements. So another word for control flow is called loops. So loops allows repeated actions such as displaying a counter from 10 to 1 without manually writing each number. So loops, we're going to look at loops too. And then we're going to look at functions. So function is a group of instructions in usable blocks. So let me tell you how function works. Let's say I want to be asking Dockers. I want to ask Dockers. Let's say I'm building. We'll come to this live streaming now. I want to be asking everybody of their name. So I might say, hi, welcome everybody. What's your name, Dockers? What's your name? Everybody say my name is this. So if we have 60 persons or 80 persons on this call right now, or this stream right now, if we have these people, I'm going to do that for 80 persons. I'm going to see 80 times, and that can be stressful. But what if I just record it? Okay, what if I just record it and record my voice, and whenever anybody come, I'll say, whenever anybody joins the live streaming, play this audio. So my audio is playing, the audio with my recorded voice is playing. That is a function. That audio is standing as a function. So that's how we explain function. I think that was a good explanation. The idea just came to my mind. So if a program, frequently calculates the total price of an item after task, a function can be created to handle that. All right. So let's go ahead. I think I'm enjoying this class. So let's look at two more. Exception handling. So I think we'll look at this also. We have to talk about this because sometimes when people are building programs, when you start doing it, you start writing programs that will run into errors. But you might like, okay, what if it's running into errors? I want the ability to control it. All right, I want to be able to control the errors. I want it where, for example, now you build a calculator app using Python, and you want somebody can decide to say I want to divide by 0, and you can't divide by 0. So if somebody divides by 0, it goes into an error. You want to trap that error so that when anybody says I want to divide by 0, you tell the person, hey, you cannot divide by 0. Okay, you cannot divide by 0. And you don't want your program to end when that error occurs. You want the person to retry the attempt or to do something again or divide with a positive number or actual number that you can use for that purpose. So that's where exception and handling comes. And let me make it more big. What if I want to connect to a database? I'm trying to connect to a database with my Python script. Okay. If the database does not connect, I want to do something else also. Okay. In this case, you're not using if statement because your code, this is about handling error. If there's an error in your code, your if statement will not run. So it's not a conditional stuff. That's where try and accept comes in play. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that, how to do try and accept so that you can build a well-structured code. Another thing we're going to look at, we're still going to look at file handling. So in this case, we're going to look at how you can open files with Python, how you can close files, write into files, read files, and how you can even go through a folder, run through a folder, access documents in that folder and everything. And we also maybe we'll do some if I have that time, we'll do some movement, to move one file from here to another folder. I look at it. And also, I think we also have time to look at OP. And if I have that time also in these 30 days, we might look at, I can show you guys one or two things of what you can do on web scraping and all of that. So, but let's just keep it where it should be. There's no, but everything is there. So let's just keep going. If you miss, you miss. Now, it's 30 minutes, so I took 20 minutes to explain all the slides I need to explain. This is where it becomes interesting. Sir, you have been talking. I don't have Python in my system. I'm just new to this thing. How do I install Python first in my system? Should I go to the bush and go and find Python and kill it and put it in my system? How do I install Python in my system? So this is how you install Python in your system. First of them, you have to download Python. There are ways you can download Python. So that you go to this website, which we might also, I'll send the link to all of this link. I'll drop them on the Slack channel. Every of this link I'm sending. For those who don't have, you might go to Python, this website and download, or you might go to, I think we have to, guys, just a moment. So let me see what I can do to help us. So I'm thinking of something. So you can go to Microsoft Store. So I want to open my Microsoft Store and see I can share that my screen. Okay, so let me come here. Maybe I would like to share my screen. I would like to share that screen for everybody to see. So you give me a minute, let me stop sharing and reshare my screen again. So, yep, this is my Microsoft Store. So let me add that to the stage. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible yet? I'm not sure. Hi guys, can you still hear me? Okay, share. Okay, great. Let me add it to stage. Awesome. Can you see my screen now? I know you can see my screen now because I can see it from my screen. I can see that you can see my screen. So this is Microsoft Store. Okay, so you can come to Microsoft Store and search for Python. You can just type, you see I have maybe searching for Python. So you can just search for Python. And yeah, so these are all versions of Python that you can install. Okay, so you can install all of these. So I have Python 3.11 on my system. So you can come here, you can just click on get anyone you want to do. I would advise you install Python 3.11 or Python 3.12. I know Python 3.10, not too much. But I know you can see Python 3.13, but not really. Just safer side is Python 3. Okay, so this is for people who don't have Python at all. There's nothing like Python at all. So somebody will like, how do I know there's no Python at all in my system? So I'm going to bring out my command prompt empty, like our slide said, which is let me show you what our slide said. Let me show you our slide. So our slide said that we can. So let me share that screen again. So let me stop sharing. I think at this point I'm going to share my entire screen so that I'll just be moving from. Do I want to tell my entire screen? No, not now. So let me show you what our slide said. So our slide said Download Python, install Python, and add it to your system parts. Normally, if you download Python from the Windows, the Windows Microsoft Store I showed you, it's automatically just goes to your parts already. It stays in your part. But you can download Python, and then the next thing you want to do is come to your command prompt, which I want to show you. I'm seeing a lot of you asking questions. Someone say, "What about VS Code, Jupyter Notebook?" We are using VS Code for this training. Well, yeah, you can use Jupyter Notebook if you want to. And I'm going to show you guys an online version of Jupyter Notebook, which we call Google Colab. We have a video on that on our YouTube channel. I'm going to also send the link to you guys, just in case you don't want to use Visual Studio Code. You want to use it, but that is online. All right. So yes, can you see my screen? Oh, sorry, it's not on stage. So can you see my screen now? I thought it was on the stage. So the next thing is you have to run Python -- version. So that's what I want to do on my command prompt. So I'm going to stop sharing again and reshare my screen. So I'm going to share my command prompt. Okay, and add it to the stage so that you guys can see it. Hope you can see my command prompt. Let me make it a little bit big. Right, you can see. So I'm going to type Python -- version. So you see I have Python 3.12.6 on my system. All right, so yeah, I can even write Python code here if I do something like this. Python, I just run it. I can say print, welcome to PEEP community. Yeah, I think I got that one. Yeah, PEEP community 30 days with Python class. Okay, and then just do that. So you're just going to see the report. Welcome to PEEP community 30 days of Python. Fine. So this is to tell you that I have Python on my system, and VS Code can access it. Great. So I'm going to do CLS, clear this, and let me share back to my presentation. Does anybody have a question? I would like to take a question. Yeah. So just drop it on the comment section so that I can answer your question. I want to answer your question. So if you have a question, just drop it. Let me use this. Let me use 2 minutes to answer your question. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Water can. So, any question? Can you guys hear me? Say what is the command? What's the command you just run? Print command. Don't worry. Print command. So someone said, Gloria, print command. It's just a print script. So Python 3 is recommendable one, right? Yeah, you can. Abdul, yes, you can put Python 3.1. You can. So sometimes when I'm doing production, sometimes I use Python. I think I do 3.11. 3.11 is what I use. Before I was using 3.9, but I changed it to 3.11. The reason why you use those different versions so that when you're doing production, you can the dependency that you're running, you understand, would sometimes they change by the reason of the version of Python you're using. Like I said, Okay. So Jennifer question. Docker said, sorry, why don't I do not follow anything? So Docker, yeah, what I just did was to show you how to install Python on your system in case you don't have it at all. Then I said, first place you need to go to, I think somebody might write this step, Gloria, you'll be my principal person for this class since I'm always calling your name. So Gloria, what you can help me do is to document my steps. So what I said, Docker, is the first thing you might want to do, check, is to go to if you are using Windows, go to Microsoft Store and search for Python it's just like an app. You can just install it. You know the way you use your go to Play Store. If you're using Mac, just go to this Python. So let me put that up. Let's go to their website. Let's go to their website. So I'm going to copy this link. So let's go to their website. This is where it becomes practical, guys. And I want to wrap up all of this as soon as I can. So go to their website and then I'm going to track this out. Okay. And just a minute, give me a minute. I'm pulling up the website already. Okay. So good, fantastic. So let me share that part of my screen. So stop presenting and present the screen. Share at the stage. So you can see this is the URL. I copied it from the document. So you can see download Python. This is what they have currently on their website. You can download Python 3.1, 3.2. But you can look for Python with a different version of OS4. So Windows. So if I click here, I have different versions that I want to download. So stable release and pre-release. It's better to just download stable release. So on Python 3.12, you can install all of this, anyone. So once you click on this, it downloads and then you can be able to just install. Okay. Then if you are on Linux or Mac and all of that, you can also come here and do your pip install and everything. So this is how you can easily download Python. So then according to our slide, what we now say is, okay, everybody go to your command prompt, open the command prompt in your system and type this Python dash vaction. Let me put that on the screen. Type Python dash vaction on your command prompt and tell me what you see. Okay. I mean the command to get to know if the Python has been installed. Oh yeah, Gloria, I just showed you right now. The command to know if Python is installed is Python dash version. Okay. OS has a question. Guys, first go runs along with Python. So if you have it, you have to confirm on your system if Python is installed. Yes, and I'm also going to teach you, those of you who have VS Code, you might not have Python extension installed on your VS Code. So I'm also going to show you how to do that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So that's not an issue. Okay. So that's my next, that's the next place I'm going to show you guys how VS Code looks like. All right. Yeah, just save. Come back to this. So, is anybody giving me any feedback? What's showing on your screen? Someone say I can't see anything. So, yeah, Chukwemeka 3.112. Yes. For Deborah saying she's not following. So, what I'm saying is this, or what I've said is, kindly go to your command prompt in your system. Command prompt. If you want to, just type command prompt, search for it, type this word Python dash dash version on your command prompt and tell me what you can see. Is my screen? My screen is visible here. Guys, can you not see my screen? Mine is saying Python is not recognized as an internal. Okay, so for peace. Hi guys, I can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Oh, really? Okay, let me reshare again. Let me reshare my screen again. Okay, so let me reshare my screen again. So what about now? Okay, so let me reshare. Let me stop sharing, and share. Let me reshare my screen. Apologies about that. Didn't know you guys were not seeing my screen. Okay, so what was I showing? What was I showing you guys? Um, Coming, bringing that up. So I'm bringing my screen up very soon. You see my screen right now. You see my screen. So what about now? Can you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen now, right? Okay, thank you. So I said, okay, great. So I wrote some command on the screen. I told you guys to type, if you know you've not, if let's start from the beginning. I want to carry everybody along. So this is what you do. Go to your command prompt, type something like this. Python, I'm dropping the command again, dash dash version on your command prompt. Okay. Then Peace said my question is now. Peace, if you are paying attention to me, I'm answering your questions by telling everybody to go to their command prompt and type that first. So I'm answering your question. So someone says the the response I got is Python is not defined. Awesome. Now, if you get Python is not if you did not get the version that was installed in your system, this is fine. So what you do for those who are getting Python is not defined on their command prompt, go to, if you are using Windows, go to your micro. So I'm going to share my full screen right now so that I don't share and reshare, share and reshare, share and reshare. So I'm going to share my full screen. So just a minute, let me share my full screen. So I'm going to share my full screen so that I don't continue to share and reshare and share and reshare entire screen. Great. Let's see if you can see my entire screen right now. Add to stage. Everybody can see my entire screen right now, right? Yeah, Susan said I got the version I just installed. That's good. That's great. I like that. Great. So for those who their screen their command prompt, if you go to your command prompt right now, the way my command prompt is, if you type something like Python dash dash version, just have barely 10 minutes. If you type something like this and you are not getting this answer, okay, I want you to come to your Microsoft store. Mine is saying Python is not recognized as an, yeah, peace, calm down, peace be still. and listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying and get your solution. Don't tell me more about your problem. I know your problem already. I know what you will face. So listen to what I'm saying so that you get the solution to your problem. Okay? So if you don't get anything like this, that's am I lighting? Maybe 3.10, 3.11, 3 point something, and it's just showing that it is not there. Come to your Microsoft Store. Look at this is Microsoft Store. You can search it. Let me search it here so that you know. See, go to search. You can type Microsoft Store. Look at Microsoft Store. Okay. Click on it. And on the search button at the top, just type Python. Search. So mine is going to load. And you can download anyone you want. But I said it's okay. You can download 3.12. You can download this. You can download 3. Anyone you want. Well, I recommend you download from 3.10 upward. Okay. So when you're done downloading, for example, I don't want to install because I already have it. When you're done installing, come back to your command prompt and type this again: Python dash dash version. All right. Are we good? So I think this is clear, and whoever is having issues can come back and watch or go to, the Slack channel and ask a question. But I think this is clear, so that we don't take much time on this. So the next thing we're going to do, which is the last thing for today, is the VS Code. So some of us might say mine is showing the same as E. So, okay, I don't understand that. I think you didn't complete your question. So for everybody who says yes, it's showing Python is not defined, I've told you the solution. That is the solution. That's what you need to do. Then the next thing we want to do, let me pull up my slides. This is my slides. I'm just pulling it up. So the next point I want to make is those who don't have VS Code. Okay, so those who don't have VS Code. So this is the link. So I'm just going to copy this. It's the link to download VS Code. So go here. Okay, my screen is all over everywhere now. So I'll just paste the link here on my browser, and it will take me to the website to download VS Code. Hi guys, are we still together? Hope you're not lost. Let me see it in the comment section. Okay, Docker says here. Hey guys. Okay, Susan said yes. All right, fine. So you come to this place and then you decide what if you're using Windows, you download. If you're using Mac, you download and all of that. So if I click Windows, I hope it's not going to download straight. Okay, because I already have it here. So you want to download? Please pause. I don't want to download you. So you can download if you want to, and and follow the installation process. We're going to send you on the Slack channel. I think we have less than 5 minutes remaining. We're going to send you on the Slack channel how you can just download. Or you can download, VS Code. Someone says, can we just be using command prompt? You can't just be using command prompt, sorry. Yes, you have to download the VS Code alongside if you don't have it on your system. Just that's what we are using. We are using VS Code. So let me go to my VS Code. So if you download your VS Code for the first time and you are done setting your VS, this side to come. It will come like this. Okay. So it will come like this, and And the next thing you want to do is to come to this place. There's a place we call extensions. Okay, come to this place, click on it. You can see that for me, I have some extension installed. Just search here on this extension, search for Python. So it's going to bring something Python. If you download just this Python for Microsoft. So once you, for some of you who you just downloading for the very first time, there will be a place to install it. So just click install, and that's all you need. So once you do that, it will install Pylons and it will install Python debugger. So that's what you need. Now, extensions, these extensions are placed in VS Code where you come to install packages that you need. Maybe I want to, because VS Code is something you can use to run, not just Python. You can use to run any programming language. It's open to any programming language, okay? So when you are doing things that has to, let me say, for example, there's a programming language called, let's say C++, for example. I want to look for C++ libraries that I want to install. You can see there's C++ here, extensions. So I can click on it, okay, and then it will work. Now, so that's VS Code, and we're using it because I feel it's going to help us when we start doing our project. I don't want somebody doing something somewhere else and say you get used to what you are saying and learning with. So if you are new to VS Code, I often tell you download it, even if you are used to something else. I'm used to different IDs, but yeah, just use VS Code for this training. It will help you a lot. Okay, so that we'll start doing things like modules. When you have issues, it's easy for us for the facilitators to help you out. Not when you're using something else and the instructions we are giving is, oh, because we are using VS Code. But if you feel you are comfortable with using other IDs, well, that's fine. I'm going to show you another ID anyway that you can just catch from in the next 2 minutes. So yeah, so the next thing I want to do is that I want to create a new file to test if my Python is, I just create a new file. And on my new file, I want to create a Python file. You can see it showing a Python file. So I'll click on it and voila, I have my, let me make this thing bold for you guys so that you can see what I'm doing. So I can type something like print hello world. Let me just say print, same thing we did, welcome to Python, welcome to PEEP, yeah, the ice initial, PEEP community, 30 days with Python. Okay, so I'll do that, I'll save, because I want to run it, so I'll save. Maybe let me just save it on my desktop. And I'm going to save it as test.py because we're going to be using it. Or let's just say I'll save it as tutorial underscore basic.py. So I'm going to save it. Or I might decide to say I want to save a new folder. I want to create a folder and just put all of them in that place so that I can open the folder. But let's just leave this. Going forward, I'll teach you how to open a folder. Maybe you have different code in the folder, you want to open it on your VS Code, I'll teach you how to do that. Okay, I have 2 minutes left. So yeah, I'm going to save this. And now that it's saved, to run it, there are many ways to run, but I will just click on the quick way, just click on play here. And it's going to open my terminal. So it's going to open my terminal. So on my terminal, you can see I have welcome to PEEP community. So showing that welcome to PEEP community 30 days with Python on my terminal. Fantastic. So this is how you run VS Code. And you can always come back to this video anytime to come and watch this. All right, because of time, just come back to the video, come and watch it. Is there. Okay. Abdul is saying, can we, I'm integrating into the VS Code. Yeah, like I said, you can come and watch the video. It's there on live streaming. Okay. Then the last thing I want to show us in the next 1 minute before we go is I want to show us another IDE called Google Colab. Google Colab. So I'll just type, just search Google Colab. So it's an online platform where you can use. Oh, I wrote Go Colab and use it. Yeah. Someone say what of those? You need it. You need a laptop. I tell you the truth. You need a laptop. Can't do this without a laptop. Imagine you want to. This is programming. You can't do this without a laptop. So Go Colab. I will share the link with you guys. Immediately after the class. Google Colab is an online platform where you can just write Python. It's free. It's a browser. You see, it's my browser. So maybe those who don't have a laptop, if your phone can access Google Colab, it's fine. So Colab, it's a browser. You can see this is my browser. It's my Chrome browser. And I can come here and let me go and copy what I wrote on my VS Code and paste it. Where is it? Paste it here. Oh, guys, we are 1 minute behind time. So by the time I run this, it's going to show connecting automatically. What I clicked was, you can click play. So it should connect. You can see, welcome to, let me make this thing big so that you see what I'm saying. Welcome to PIP Community, 30 days with Python. So Go Colab is there. We're going to share the video where you can use this for those who don't have but we are not using this because it's on this is what we call a Jupyter notebook. It's appearing as a Jupyter notebook. Okay, and I know it's too much. I know I'm packing many informations. The videos are there. I know you guys can go and watch it. VS Code can also do notebooks. So let me put that up and show you guys. I can also create notebooks using my VS Code. New file, Jupyter notebook. Let me take this part off so you can see I have that. Which Python environment do I want to use? Let me use this. I hope it doesn't ask me to install PyCane. If it doesn't, we are good to go. If it does, so great. So you can see that my VS Code can also, run Jupyter Notebook too. But we are not using Jupyter Notebook too much. We're using Python scripts. So most of our results is going to be coming up from our terminal. So guys, yes, I know we have a lot of questions, and it's so we can go to the Slack channel. That's why we said we're going to be using Slack channel a lot for communication. So we want to keep the class as simple as it is, and with the time consciousness, so that everybody can come back and watch the video and you are not overwhelmed. But all conversations between now to the next 45 minutes, we can do that on the Slack channel. Whatever issues you are having, screenshot it, paste it on the Slack channel. You get your step-by-step answers on what to do. So I think that will be it on my end. I think I have to stop. I'm sharing my entire screen. So let me stop sharing my entire screen. Okay, and probably before we leave, I will just share my slide where I have what I have. So let me add it to the stage. On my slide, I have this, and then I think the next thing I have on my slide is questions. I don't know if you can see my screen. Okay, so Gloria said, can we get all of this from Anaconda instead? Like I said to you, please do your best to learn what we are telling you, so that when you start facing issues or roadblock, we are helping you. Don't go and do something that you can do Anaconda. I have access to Anaconda too, but this is a class. Just follow what the instructor said. Oh, they are using this. Okay, this is what I'm going to use, and ensure your system gets it. So I don't want anybody cutting corners saying, "Oh, I want to go and use this." I want to go and use, because when you start, we've been doing this training for a very long time, and I can tell you, by looking at what a student is doing, I can tell you that you are going to come back and ask this question, and it's because maybe you did not follow this instruction that you should follow. So everybody, the work you need to do between now and the next class is get VS Visual Studio Code set up on your system. Get it. That's all. your work. So don't do all the extras. If there are going to be another stuff, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to take you through it, and I'm going to help you guys. I think we're out of time. So all questions comes on the group chat. So the next thing is thank you, and please do it to follow us on our social media handles. They are there on the screen. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please ensure you subscribe to the channel so that we can know your names, and you can share this video with your friends and everyone. I'm going to drop something. I'm going to drop the attendance form. The attendance form. Oh, I didn't share that on time. But let's see. So I'll take today because it's an introduction class. I'm going to leave that. But tomorrow we'll start with the attendance form. I'm going to share the attendance form so that we'll keep track to everybody who's attending the class. We don't want people just watching online and you're not coming to class. No, we want to track those who are attending the class so that we can know that these people are the ones that are very, very serious with what they're doing. All right, guys. So I've taken 6 minutes of your time. Bye-bye and see you tomorrow. Same time, 8 p.m. West Africa time to 9 p.m. West African time. Enjoy.